Hey, did you know you can go to colinmullen.com in order to get art and art prints? That's why I set up the website, colinmullen.com. So hey everybody, how you guys doing? I'm going to be honest with you, the painting this week is kind of substandard, and I don't really have good excuses for you. Life has been hard. I think if you are paying attention, it has been hard for you as well, probably, if you live stateside. Everything is bad. Everything is bad. Beyond cancer diagnoses in the family to my credit card information being stolen. I've been going through it a bit recently. And, I wanted to at least have a video for you guys this week. So I apologize that this skull is not particularly good looking. And it is yet again another skull. But, I have responsibilities to keep up with, and I want to respect you guys as much as you respect me. I realize that I have political takes that are not everyone's cup of tea, and I suppose I should shut up about them. I know it provides comfort for some people, offense to others, and depression for others. Which means that like 2/3 of the people that hear it are not a fan of what I'm saying. And that's not the best. But also I think that what comes from being a person who knows things, who has, looked at political texts and looked at the history, it is impossible for me to stay silent when I know where this is going. This is not a good take for a lot of people. I get that. But simultaneously, attempting to ignore what's going on in the art world and ignore the things that are happening in the art world, be it AI or politics or, whatever, is just, hiding your head in the sand. I think that if we're going to talk about like what it means to be an artist, what it is to be an artist, and, really get down to that, you have to address these things. You have to have a comment on it. Famously, Salvador Dali did not have a comment about the new German leader when he came to power and when he was doing his thing. And that left a permanent stain on the history of Dali's stuff. To the casual observer, it probably doesn't matter. And to a lot of people, I think that's how they see him. They don't bother with the, more in-depth stuff. They don't bother with, what was this painting about? What was this thing for? And so it's really hard for me to accept that the correct answer to a person who is expressing their soul is to quiet my soul. This is, I think there are conversations to be had about exactly how things should be run. I think we can have reasonable debates about those things. But what generally ends up happening is that when I have a take like this, it ends up with people just not agreeing and crashing out over it, rather than addressing the substance or, meat of my argument. And instead just, it ends up being like, this is the reason that you're failing, which is like not helpful, because it doesn't push the conversation forward. It doesn't change my mind. It doesn't make me not the way I am. It just makes it an awful world, and I feel like we can all do better than that. I think that there is room in this world for a variety of opinions. That being said, some opinions are abhorrent. When we start talking about, removing entire sections of people from a industry or a country or whatever, I think that we need to start thinking about why are we doing that? Like, who is this benefiting? Like, is this even a good idea? Like, do we want this, or is just something that's gonna happen to us? And so, if y'all disagree with me on any of this, this is totally fine. But please, remain respectful. I'm respectful of people who have legitimate criticisms of what I say. I am not respectful for those who don't. And so that is where I'm at. It is the only thing that I can really think about to talk about aside from the things that are going on in the world right now. So if you have something you would like me to talk about, let me know. But in the meantime, I need to thank those people on patreon.com/RevScarecrow who have made this video and the previous videos happen. Here's a list of people at the $5 tier or more who have supported me, despite how stupid I am and the takes that I have. Starting with my mom and dad. Thank you. I love you. Thank you, Wapfu. Thank you, Tofounder. Thank you, Split. Thank you, Sophia Nope. Thank you, Skelecorgi. Thank you, Seraph. Thank you, Reverend Joe. Thank you, Mortis. Thank you, Michael Carr. Thank you, Mario Pereira. Thank you, Lunar Ray. Thank you, Kayla Hollinger. Thank you, Katie Valent. Thank you, Josepher. Thank you, Gabriel Bennett. Thank you, Freak Wannabe. Thank you, Egg. Thank you, Count Cannoli. Thank you, Chiptune Glitch. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Aggie Wag. And of course, thank you, Ants! I choose to believe that this world is kinder than people make it out to be, and I will continue to try and be a good, kind person, regardless of where this world takes us, because much like how this is important to my art, it's important to my life to live in accordance with my values. And hopefully you all understand that and you respect that, and maybe you do that as well. I think everyone does, to some degree or another. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.